Mori Calliope will be holding a second real-life concert in LA.
Give me a second. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, thanks for coming.
Thank you. So first question I have to ask is, right after the concert ended last night, what was the first thing you did to kind of decompress?
I took a shower. Some of my friends are actually like waiting for me backstage already, and they wanted to give me a hug and stuff like that, and I said, nope, don't do that. Thankfully they had a shower, and I showered really quick and then went out to meet my friends and people that I love that had come to see me, and we all just kind of relaxed backstage. It was very nice.
So one of the things that kind of stood out to me last night was that in the middle of your concert, you talked about you played bass guitar, and I was when you first said that, I thought like you were casually talking about it, and I think, oh, okay, yeah. She's talking about it, And then 5 minutes later, you busted out in the live concert. I'm like, oh, okay, holy crap!
I did.
Yeah. Was it the first time you played bass guitar live at a concert?
Yes, I would say that's the first time I've ever done anything like that. But using the word play is it's very generous. Like they let me pluck a few strings, and that's typically how they do it in a lot of live shows, especially in Japan as well. Someone brings out their guitar, when the artist, the singer, has their band and they want to play an instrument too. Usually they just do some really simple chords or just pluck a couple strings and let the band take care of the rest. There are some people that are different, of course, because they're insane and they can sing while they play. But usually it's just very light. You want to push yourself to be a part of the music even further by just, having an instrument with you and doing a little bit with it, but not too much. That's basically what I did.
During your concert, you specifically mentioned the Market Square Garden that you want to play at. Why specifically there?
Well, I thought about it for a while, and I was thinking about goals for myself and a dream venue in America, and I always thought Madison Garden kind of seemed like an impossible dream, just because of the sheer number of people that could fit in there, or just how big and famous of a venue it is. It's so iconic. But then I also realized so many impossible dreams have already come true, and it's good to keep having new dreams to push yourself forward. You have something to chase, right? Without a goal to chase, you feel like you don't want to move forward. You just kind of stop moving, you lose motivation, you stop making new things. And so, I settled on Madison Square Garden as an ultimate goal for a live show, so I always have something to keep working towards.
I read on the Reddit MMA that you posted recently regarding you need rehearsals to warm you up before doing a concert. Out of curiosity, how many rehearsals did you do for this solo concert last night?
Oh man, there were so many. Well, a lot of them were band rehearsals. I think that there must have been 5 band rehearsals that occurred. And then I had a bunch of dance lessons. Dance lessons were oh man, we would try to knock out 2 songs in a day for actually learning. And we were able to do it because the dances were very simplified versions of what I would usually do as intense choreography. But if I'm there singing, I gotta be able to sing and move. So we tried to keep it simple and something that I didn't have to think too hard about that would make the performance difficult to do. So there were all of those, and then a few other miscellaneous practices here and there. It's really important that we do a lot of practices so that it's the same way every single time type of thing. So,
out of curiosity, when it came to this full solo concert, you were talking about the future of Halloween and how it could look like for the U.S. Could you expand on that, in terms what are certain goals you would like to see happen with the U.S. and Halloween?
Right. Well, I'd love to see more VTubers infiltrate the mainstream, as in media, I suppose. I'd love to turn on my TV and see VTubers doing something. I'd love there to be multiple VTuber concerts going on in the city. I want to see VTubers play at big venues, like a place like the Las Vegas Sphere, that could make use of, I guess, our virtual nature, right? And I'd love to live in a world where we can see VTuber songs on like Billboard Top 100 someday. Maybe not mine, but other people's would be cool. It'd just be cool to see. That's my hope for the future someday. That doesn't necessarily mean like they take over the world or something like that, but maybe a commercial that has a VTuber, or some signs here and there that have a VTuber featured. For now, I think that we need to try and conquer the anime sphere as much as we can, though, and then we'll see what happens after that.
Here. Last night you debuted your current outfit right now, as you're wearing right now. What were some of the challenges in the process of its creation before the concert?
Well, this particular outfit is very important to me because I finally got a new hairstyle. You see, for my first solo live, they didn't have enough time to get a new hairstyle for me. As a matter of fact, I don't think that I wasn't going to get a 3D outfit for the first solo live, but me and my team really pushed and asked, and they made it happen. So though I love it, and it's very cool, it's very casual, and I used it a lot at the concert because I love it, it still wasn't a design that I thought super hard about myself. We kind of just handed it over to Yuki-sama, who is my original designer. Just had her do her magic. With this outfit, I actually had a very detailed reference sheet that I handed over to the artist. Now, this particular outfit is actually drawn by a different person, but they did a fantastic job taking my requests and made a bunch of different draft designs, and I had to pick what I wanted. I picked one design, the top of one design, and matched it with the bottom of another design, and then I made a bunch of other little critique, and we really worked super hard on it to make sure it was exactly how I wanted it to look, because the longer that I've been in this business, the more I realize, if you want something to look a certain way, you gotta say, like, right away, and make sure that, the artists you're working with know your exact vision. I would say beyond that, there weren't really a ton of challenges aside from the fact that I was also getting a new model update, right? So my basic 3D form was being completely re-updated. So we had to wait for that to be finished first, and then they got to work on this one, and I think it turned out wonderfully.
Nice. Yeah, it looks great. Everyone loves it as far as I can tell. And yeah, no, it's awesome. It's awesome.
Thanks a lot.
So one of the things I kind of noticed as you were talking about last night was your music and how it evolved when you first started. So that kind of begs questions like, what's the future of your music going from here on out?
I have a pretty specific direction that I want to go, especially in terms of genre, right? I'm pretty comfortable where I am in alternative rock with like a little bit of metal. Back when I was just doing any genre and trying to put rap to it, there were a lot of times where I really wasn't satisfied with how my voice sounded, but because I liked the lyrics I was writing, or I had something I wanted to say, or I didn't want to let down the producer, I did my best, and even if I wasn't satisfied with the result afterward, I just let it go. But recently, whenever I've been making these songs in this sort of like alternative rock with a bit of metal and also rap style, I'm really seldom disappointed in myself. Like, I never really feel disappointed in what I make anymore. And as a matter of fact, like, I guess I went back and I watched a little bit of the concert last night to kind of review my performance. I thought to myself, I actually sound really good. Like, this fits my voice. And so I've firmly settled on a direction that I want to go from here on out in terms of style for my music. In terms of actual releases and like how much further I'm gonna fly, I can't predict anything. So I guess it's not that I don't have expectations, but I try not to get too fixated on a goal these days, because I'm a bit, not tired per se, but I am tired of disappointing myself due to having too lofty expectations of myself when I may be a reaper, but I'm also human too. So
right.
We'll see what happens.
Absolutely. Can't wait for that. As a fellow metalhead myself,
Let's go.
Hopefully, one day we'll definitely get to see it in the future.
Right? I'll try to make you proud.
I'll end it with this, because I was fielding for fan questions. I was going on Reddit, talking to people on Discord, just to say, hey, I'm going to be Mori tomorrow. Like, what's your dying question? I think this.
Right, I think I saw your Reddit post.
Oh, did you really? Oh, okay.
I did.
Awesome. One of the questions, and this is more jokingly, but one of them asks, when are you finally taking a break?
Oh man, I love that question because I understand why they ask it. It is definitely, I wish that I could answer it well. When I went backstage and I was talking with my friends, they were like, all right, so when's your day off? And I said, let me think. I think I have some free time next week because every single day is busy, right? And it's been busy working up until this concert, and I keep telling myself, I'm gonna slow down afterward, but all these new things pop up, and it's crazy because I feel like even though I'm super busy, I always feel like I'm never doing enough, and my friends are telling me, Maury, you gotta kill that side of you. You gotta stop that, because breaks are important. Even today when I woke up, I was excited to be here with you guys, but I did think to myself, it's time for a break at some point. I got streams tonight, I got a song reveal, I got a bunch of interviews today, and then, I'm going back to Japan soon. There's just not a lot of time for break, but, I guess the best answer I can give is when I am satisfied. Just never. So we'll see about that.
I see. Well, thank you very much for your time. Thank you for this interview. No, this is quite the honor, honestly.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, not a problem. And with that, this is Claude Mazza from VTuber NewsDrop, and we will see you guys next time.